everyone is preparing for this cyclone that is forecast to come in. It's still pretty good here. I've got away from Bruce's place and headed up a creek. I'm sorry I put this up in a bit of a rush, and maybe there's no one watching, but you can watch it later on anyway. But anyway, I've come up to a little creek in the crossover between the main channel and Slipping Sands. And I found a little spot here where there's no boats around, and I've anchored up and made the boat ready for Cyclone Alfred that's coming in probably later tonight, early tomorrow morning. So Wednesday, Thursday are going to be the pretty fun days, I think. I'm behind a little bit of a landmass here, so that should keep me out of the wind a little bit. I've got plenty of chain out in shallow water. I'm anchored in 2.5 metres. It'll get down to about 1 metre at low tide, and I've got about 45 metres of chain out. I can let more chain out if I need to, but I feel pretty comfortable on that. Just having the anchor down, it means that if the wind goes round and starts blowing me onto the shore, I can pretty easily up the anchor and move to somewhere else. There won't be much wave action in here. We're very sheltered, so there'll be no swell or waves getting in here. It's just the wind and the rain you've got to deal with, and the rain runs off. The wind, maybe you'll have to deal with that. So we'll just hang in here, and I'm on board. I can look after the old girl as need be. I'll just show you around the boat and show you what I have done to make it ready for this cyclone. If I can turn the camera around, let's have a look. Okay, well, first off, might be a bit windy out here. I've got my sail really well lashed up to the forestay. It's tied up there really well. The last thing you want to happen when you anchor for these conditions is to have a sail pull out off a furler or something like that, because that'll give you a lot more windage and it can compromise your boat for sure. I've got the anchor down. I've dug that in really well. As I said, there's about 40-45 metres of chain in 2 metres of water. The anchor's way out here. Now, I've got no other boats around me, and if you look over the other side, that's where I was going to go. I'll try and get out of the wind here a bit. That's where I was going to head, but you can see there's quite a few boats over there, and I'm not really big in being in amongst a lot of other vessels, so I'm a bit happier being here on my lonesome. I've got a bit of sea room behind me. I can drag a little bit and still be in deeper water, so that'll keep me out of trouble. I've got the dinghy really well lashed onto the back of the boat. She's all up there. The bung's out. Very important because there's going to be a bit of rain, so the plug's out of that. But the dinghy's there and lashed on pretty well. The other thing I've done, which is probably a bit of an overkill, but I've lashed my Carly floats onto the roof. They're float off devices, and they just sit up there. They're very heavy, so it'd take a lot of wind to blow them off, but yeah, I'm just going to make sure that everything is okay. The other things, I'm on at a 16 on the radio. I've got a few cameras set up to take some video, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Might not even come ashore, but I think you're better off being prepared for these things, and I'd rather prepare in conditions like this where it's not too windy or wet. You can get yourself set up. I can sit back. I've had a bit of lunch. I'll have some dinner tonight and go to bed, and I don't think we'll feel any of this until tomorrow morning. But the plan is, going forward, I'm going to post every hour from 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when it's supposed to make landfall. I sort of hope it doesn't. You never want to go through these things because you never know what they're going to throw at you. But I think I've been through worse cyclones than this one. So we've got lots of weather forecasts coming out at the moment too. We're being warned. The police have been past and asked me if I was going to stay here, and I told them yes, and they said good luck with it. The Coast Guard's been past it. They've dragged a boat off the beach further up here and got him in deeper water. So I don't. They might have been better off leaving him there, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not getting a haircut, Rob. It might blow around a little bit in this weather, but that's fine. Keeps the sun off my ears, mate. Anyway, I've got an image to uphold. So thanks for the comment, mate. But anyway, yeah, look, we should be pretty comfortable here tonight, I hope. The thing is, with sea room that I've got here, I've got a little bit of room behind me, so I'm not worried about banging into other boats or other boats dragging into me. That's the worst thing you want. And if I have to, if the wind gets up in the middle of the night or tomorrow morning, I can up the anchor. Well, if the wind does get up, the first thing I do is get up, I'd start the motors, and I just motor slowly up on the anchor. So that could, stop the anchor from being pulled out. I think it'll hold. It'll be a good test for the Sarker. They're forecasting 60 knots plus, so it'll be a good test for the anchor. But if it's not holding, what I'll do, I'll just have to sit here and just keep motoring up on the anchor to take the pressure off it. So that'll be the plan. And yeah, we'll just see how we go. But I'm glad that we're here. I've noticed too, it was supposed to be high tide about an hour and a half ago, and the tide is still coming in. So there's going to be a bit of tidal surge. The tide's higher than what it normally would be, I think, for this time of the day. So there's a bit of tidal surge coming with this low pressure system off the coast. Anyhow, that's me for tonight. I think I'll get one good night's sleep anyway, maybe up early in the morning. I don't know. In these conditions, you always sleep with one eye open. So I'll be up and down a few times during the night just checking things out. I will set an anchor alarm on my phone. I've got an app. I think it's called Anchor Alarm. And I can set that so that if I drag out of a radius that's set, it'll wake me up and I can address that. So I'll have that set next to my ear while I'm in bed. Just different things you do. But look, I feel a lot happier being here because we have got, I'll show you, we have got that high bit of land. If I can turn this camera around. We have got that high bit of land out in front of us. So that's going to give us a fair bit of protection. The wind, when it's coming in, is going to be coming over the top of that hill. When it goes through, and the prediction is for the eye to nearly go over the top of us, then it's going to be coming in from this direction. And there's a bit of protection from there as well. But I may move when the wind goes around because it would be putting us on a lee shore here. So I don't want to end up in those mangroves. But I'll address all that when the time comes. Anyway, that's me for tonight. Don't forget, I'll be up at 6 and I'll post a video on YouTube, a live feed every hour, so you can see what goes on in a cyclone. 53 are there watching now. Good on you guys. Thanks for having a look. And I'm sorry it was such short notice, but you're never really sure whether these things are going to hit or not. I'm still not really sure. Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. And yeah, David, no worries. I hope you're all right in the marina too, David, but I don't know. Well, I'm not sure what marina you're in. I'm not sure. But anyway, if you are in a marina, make sure you've got your ropes tied up and all that. I'd prefer to be where I am right now. I've done one in a marina, David, and I'm not doing another one in a marina, I'll tell you. But anyway, you might be all right where you are. I'm not sure what marina you're in. Anyhow, dudes, I'll put it down for now. Up on the Burrum. Okay, Tony, well, you should be all right up there. I don't think it's even going to reach you up there. And thanks, Julian. Good spot in the southerly. The holding seems really good on the bottom. I've dug the anchor well in, so the old Sarker should do the job, I hope. It will just see how she goes. Okay, Newport, you should be all right up there. Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's you can never say. As long as you've got everything doubled up. The only trouble, David, I worry about is other boats that haven't done all the work, and there's a few of them around. But anyway, I hope you get through it all right, mate. It can be trying times. Anyway, I'll see you early next morning. I'll probably be up a bit before that. Hopefully, I'm still here. Look, I think we'll be all right. I'm not. Well, I'm not worried about losing my life, that's for sure. But I'd hate to lose my home. So that's why we've come up here to hunker down and wait for this thing to see what it's going to do. Thanks, Terry. We'll all need a bit of luck, but as long as you're prepared, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's all you can do, and I'm pretty well prepared, so we'll see how we go. All right, dudes. Well, thanks for everyone watching. Fantastic. See you early in the morning. Cheers.